All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our second and final live stream of today. We are in the Cessna Longitude going from Baltimore-Washington International down to Charleston Air Force Base / International. About an hour-long flight. So we're going to take off and make our way south. And then we'll land, park it, and call it a day. So let's get in here, get everything set up. We'll be on our way. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Saturday afternoon, evening, early Sunday morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. So today's flight, my good friend, my longtime Army buddy, Eric Cosby, he's from the Baltimore area. So I told him I would do this flight down to Charleston because he was stationed in Charleston for some time. Oh, look at the weather here. All right. This should be interesting. All right, let's get that done. Hello, Amin. Give me a second here. Let me get everything set, and I will be back in the chat in a moment.
System test. Okay.
Got our lights on. Might need the cabin lights on too. Matter of fact, we might need to find those right now. I think they're right. I think I found the... Okay. All right, looks like everything is all set there. Just waiting for that to clear up. Let's get our clearance. I'm doing okay, Amin. Hello, Bex. Oh, you know what? I didn't write down. Oh. Yes, extra flight today, Bex. Extra flight. Let's see what other. That on. Oh, I forgot there's something else I need to do. Let's put that in. See, somebody else posted something. Hello, Joseph. Hello, Dario. I will be back in the chat here in a moment. Little light snow here, a little overcast, but that's okay. All right, let's get this set up as well. All right, I think we are all set there. Let's go. Hello, Sue. Yes, second stream of the day. Yes, that's correct. Shouldn't be too far to taxi. Oh, you know what? One of the things I forgot to take off. Matter of fact, let's just do that real quick. Sorry, I just remembered I. It's only rock and roll, but we love it. Okay. Let's see if he'll make an appearance in the chat while we fly. Oh, maybe it is a little bit of a taxi. I think it is now that I remember where I put the departure route from which runway. That's okay. Nice little tour of the airport here. Speeding a little bit, that's okay. Alright, on our way to runway 10 here. We'll get our altimeter reading once we get to the edge there. Something else I want to do. Ah. Can't do it while I'm trying to taxi. I want to start the timer once we're ready to, we're lined up, so that I kind of want to see how close it is, the time that we say at the end and the time that it says on the timer, and we'll stop it once we turn off the runway. See if what the difference might be. There we go. Alright, we'll pull up right here. Get our altimeter reading. Well, I guess my co-pilot is not wanting to work today. Get over. There we go. Perfect. right. I think we are all set. So let's go ahead and hit the, oops. Start. Let's go. And away we go. Adios to Baltimore. Get a little crusty salute. Wow, look at these clouds. Whew. Thank goodness for autopilot, huh? Come on, turn. Come on, plane, turn. It definitely wanted to hit that mark, didn't it? Why isn't it navigating? Why isn't it turning? Come on, turn, plane. What are you doing? What in the... Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. It should have turned. Why didn't it turn? All right. Well, we're going to have to deal with this now. Nope, still not turning. Okay. Why is it not going? Ooh, wow, look at that ice on the windshield. Oops, daisy. Well, this is interesting. I cannot get it to turn. I think I'm going to have to... What if we go to D1? Well, this is not what I was expecting. Cannot get it to go. It's not turning. It's still not taking the leg. Well, this is not working like I thought it would. We are not going the way we need to go. Why is it not going? All right, let's go for our next one. Let's see if we can get to this one. Oh boy. Is the nav off? No, nav is on. Well, this is interesting. Why is this not working? Well, I am perplexed. Why I cannot get this thing to go. Huh. Yeah, it's not taking the flight. Hello, Bex. Well, let's restart it. How about that? Let's see if we can't get it to work. It should have turned after we climbed out. There should have been a turn. It should have turned to the, done its thing, and it didn't. That's interesting that it refused to turn. Huh. I don't know why that would be. All right, let's try it again. It's not a super long flight, so it's not like I'm worried about time or anything like that, but that's interesting. Afternoon, fish guns.
Oral warning, okay. System test, okay.
13. All right, let's try this again. All right, there's that. Yeah, I'm not sure why this happened. So when we took off, we should have turned at this marker right here to go. We should have made a right-hand turn, basically. For some reason, it did not take. Let's see if we can get it to go this time. Not going to worry about the flight hours. Or the timer. I'm just going to. I wonder if I just take off without the flaps. That way I don't hear the whole thing about the landing gear. And I wonder too if it didn't take because we didn't go all the way to where we were supposed to go on the. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. So we'll do that this time. Got the guy with the wing there. We need to get all of our lights on. I mean, just forgetting stuff already. We don't need the lights to pulse. Alright, oop. Look at this, I'm already coming off the taxiway here. I'm going to try this again. Sorry about that, folks. I was not expecting that. I thought we were going to have a trouble-free takeoff for sure. Thought I hit the autopilot. Thought I engaged it. Still snowing here, ever so lightly, but still snowing. I think the road crews have just about given up trying to keep the roads clear today. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oop, jeez Louise. Well, my piloting skills are very suspect today. Can't even taxi without causing any drama. Right, so we will go all the way to the end there, where it tells us to go this time. So I wonder if that's why it didn't activate the plan or something. Hopefully everybody's doing well. So, Addies, how did you like the movie? Did you get all the way through it? I hope you did. Did you have someone special with you, or did you go alone? If you feel comfortable sharing that with us. Up to you, of course. If you're still lurking, Mr. Addies, that is. I wonder if Mr. Addies buggered off. He said, I can't handle this. He doesn't know what he's doing. Can't fly this thing. I'm just going to go ahead and minimize that so we don't have to worry about it. Either that or he's multitasking. See, now my co-pilot isn't talking at all. Oops, maybe that's why. right. Let's try this again. If this doesn't work, I am going to be very perplexed as to why our plane is not following our flight plan. It could be just one of those random bugs that enters the sim unexpectedly. Alright, I think we are all set. Got that on. We're ready to go, I believe. Yep. Alright, let's go. Let's try this again. Hello, Amela. How are you? Nice to see you here. Thought we'd see you this morning, but that's okay if you didn't make it. Oh, I bet you I know what. I think I hit the wrong nav mode, that's why. I bet you that's what it was.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
No, apparently that didn't change anything. Oh, don't worry about it, Amela. I think that's what it was. I hit the wrong nav button. That's what it was. I think I hit the wrong one. 5-2.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Yep, I bet you that's what it was. I hit the wrong nav button. I'm doing okay. It's still snowing here. I think we're about almost a foot now. We're pretty close to it. It has been... I got up this morning and it's just been going pretty much since then. So... I think that these are for the nav lights, aren't they? Now it should turn. There we go. Now it's turning. That's what it was. I hit the wrong nav button. We are on our way. One of my cousins that go to college upstate, Cornell. Oh, yes, Cornell and Ithaca. That whole area usually gets dumped on. Anything, yeah, I can imagine. My German teacher, she lived in Ithaca with her husband and son, and the winters were pretty brutal. So, ugh. No thanks. I mean, I guess for some of the land, once it stops snowing and it's just that landscape sort of stuff, it would be amazing, I think. But dealing with it and living there, like, you know, it's just been a headache all day. Not for me personally, but you know, for people trying to get around in the road crews, I feel bad for them because I don't think they've been able to do much. They've not been able to really. They've been trying to keep the roads cleared, but I don't know that they're how well they're able to do that because it's just been kind of nonstop. You know, there was like a light moment where it was just a few little flurries, but it's flurries now, nothing big, but it's sticking. That's the problem. All right, we are finally en route. So yeah, I hit the wrong. I got to remember, in here it's the one just to the right of the autopilot. So we are finally en route to Charleston, South Kakalaki, as we like to call it. My buddy Eric and I used to go to Charleston every so often. We usually like to go to Jacksonville, usually, but every once in a while we go to Charleston, hang out there for a little while. So you contact them. Yeah, always. And of course, if you click on the link to my Flickr page, there's plenty of pictures from Charleston posted there. Downtown area is absolutely amazing. If you ever get a chance to go, I recommend doing one of the horse-drawn carriage tours. You get to see all these amazing houses and yeah, all kinds of stuff. It's just phenomenal. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. I'd say there and then go to Savannah. And don't take the bus tour of Savannah. Take the horse-drawn carriage tour of Savannah, because usually if it's just like you and a couple people, that's like the best way to do it, because it's nice and slow. If you got a camera or your phone and you want to take pictures of the squares and stuff like that, they stop for a moment. But with the bus, it was like this jerky motion whenever the tour guide was ready to go. You know, because they're driving in doing the guide stuff. All right, let's go a little bit quicker here before we climb. Let's get up to 270. There we go. Look at, we're finally above all the mess here. We got blue skies now. I'm going to turn off the dome light, floodlight. We won't need that now for a little bit. Yeah, Charleston is amazing. Lots of places to walk around, all kinds of restaurants for you food lovers. Bella. Yeah, all kinds of food, little boutique shops, all kinds of touristy sort of stuff, you know, the usual I love Charleston, or, you know, all the t-shirts and everything, but a lot of smaller, you know, boutique kind of areas as well. Yeah, well, they've got, you know, like the usual sort of strip mall food, you know, like they've got the Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory there, they've got the TGI Fridays, and, you know, the usual stuff, but they also have nicer restaurants that are, you know, all the hotels usually have a nice restaurant inside, but there's usually a lot of specialty stuff, you know, so always a good place to check out. Always enjoyed walking around there and hanging out. So all right, we are almost at the point where I'm going to Make this go to 2992. Yeah, all kinds of great places to go there. Plenty of places to walk. Oops. I didn't go. Interesting. Now let's see if it does it over here. There we go. Perfect. A lot of art galleries too, if you like art. A lot of local artists sell their stuff in little art galleries. All kinds of different stuff. Usually some of the stuff is like a seascape sort of, nautical theme, but you can find all kinds of stuff down there for if you are interested in art as well. A quick hello. Hello, Mick. Nice to see you here. Don't get in trouble now. We don't need to be getting told off. Then you won't be allowed to go outside and play with Pulse and Chris on GT Sport later. All right, so let me look at your string fridges. Never a dull moment in the chat here. KCHS ILS 15. I don't know which one I chose, but let's see. We need to be at 1,600 feet. Wow, that's pretty low. That's okay, though. That's what it says. That's what we're going to do. Now, what if it's the other one? Is it still the same? Yes. Okay, so either way, 1,600 feet. All right, I'll keep that nearby. Mick's taking his chances. Wow, Bex misspelled Mick's name. Wow, Bex, what are you like? Oh, Lord, Bex. That's terrible. See, too bad Amy's not here. We have a waypoint that was called Amy, although it's not spelled the same way Amy does. We should be turning a little bit, but I think because we've got a pretty strong wind. Let's go to our PDF settings, wind. That's one of the things I forgot to do. What kind of wind are we looking at right now? $170-something knots. Wow. Okay. That's impressive. Yeah, I don't know, Mick. You got Nick. You got. Well, I know Mick for sure. Nick, Kick, Rick, Lick. List goes on. Amella went there. Oh, man. Amella had to go there. Somebody's little dog is having a little too much fun running around out here in the snow, and he's running towards the street. Alright, so this is the problem we have here. So I'm going to ask for 35,000 feet. Increased by 5. $40 is just a little too high. There we go. Hello, Kyle's Gaming. Just call me Dave. Just call me Dave. That's my stepdad's name. Alright, we are en route now. We're going to go over our route part here. We're still kind of climbing up to our cruising altitude. We're going to just stay at 350. There's no reason for us to go all the way to flight level 400. Once we get here and get our speed settled down and everything, then we'll what are you talking about, Kyle? They're just having a bit of fun in the chat. That's all. They know my name. It's all good. At least I hope they know my name. But yeah, they're just having a laugh. That's all. It's all good. I should go to Mach here in a moment. Once we get past 340. Should go to Mach. Well, if it's going to stay right there, then we'll keep it at knots. Don't bother me none. Yeah. Rib, Ron. Rov, Rog, Row. There we go. Oops, not that. Other one. There we go. We can dial that back just a smidge to 7/8. Alright, so let's go down here and take a look at what's coming up. So we're going to go here. Then at Faye, our arrival point is going to be Amy Lou. Go figure. Amy Lou is our arrival marker. Right there. So we need to be at about 15,000 feet by the time we get there. We still got a bit of ways to go. So that's what we're looking for. Amy Lou, 15,000 feet. I don't think this dog knows what to do in the snow. He's having a field day. Don't tell me these kids are eating this. Oh my God, they're eating the snow. Oh Lordy. Thankfully it's not yellow snow, at least not that I can tell, but I would not be eating snow that is anywhere near the parking lot here. Oh, kids. Kids. Well, you know what? Don't feel bad for you when you get a upset stomach later on because you've been eating snow you shouldn't have been messing with. Yes. Oh, leftover chicken. That sounds nice. Yeah, a couple of the kids who live a couple buildings down from me in the complex, one of them has had a handful of snow and he's been like eating it, and I'm like, ugh. I would not. You got a dog running around in the snow. You've got, yeah, ugh. What you get with a lack of adult supervision. Leftover rook. Whatever it is, it's probably pretty good. Knowing a mellow. As these same kids that are always out here in the parking lot playing and stuff, and one of these days somebody's going to come flying in the parking lot, not see them in time, and somebody's going to get ran over. It's just a matter of time. Well, let's take a look. Was that off someone else's plate? Oh, good one. Good one. I let him know we were flying, and I guess he just can't be bothered. Two 9er68 is our expected altimeter reading there in Charleston. I think we're finally out of the well, so we kind of got a headwind almost. So yeah, but we are on track. It's dealing with a bit of a headwind. Ooh, Mr. Adams. What were we talking about? I forgot now. No. My friend in Vegas. I'm sorry. Yeah, my friend in Vegas. My Army buddy. I told him I was doing the flight, and I said, hey, why don't you pop into the stream sometime? He's like, well, when you fly, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh, okay. So I said, I'll do a flight at this time, and I even messaged him. He probably lurking. Well, Mr. Addies has been in and out. I think he's still recovering from his experience there at the movies with the Spider-Man movie. No, he was in here. Now I think he just buggered off, like he normally does. He was drunk again. Well, I don't know. No, my friend isn't drinking. No, he's not drinking. I don't think hardly much anymore. But as far as Addie's goes, that's a different story. There's no telling with him. I think we are all set here. So we're going to kind of do like we did the other day when we flew up to Finland. We'll manage our descent, manage our speed as we kind of come down out of the stratosphere here. We'll keep an eye on things. Matter of fact, we can take a look again just so we can have a look-see here to make sure we don't have any extra waypoints. So Ashley, see, this is what concerns me. This extra USSR stuff right here. There's 326, 11, 326, 236, 191, and Ashley again. So I am a bit concerned about our arrival. Something is not right. Got your Southern Comfort sorted. Very nice, Rick. Enjoy. So we have a bit of a concern here. Let's go ahead and zoom out all the way if we can. This isn't a very far... Oops. Oh. No, we're still too far away from it. Okay. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. It should have been a fairly straightforward not a lot of, we're not crisscrossing anything or whatever. It should be just a straight, you know, we're just going to turn a little bit and then turn into runway 15. So we'll make like a left turn into the runway. Oh. Oh. Now, I don't know what else to try to tell that young man about his habits. Try to tell him from experience what he's doing is going to mess himself up, and he kind of like my uncle, just stubborn, refuses to listen. What can you do? So yeah, once we get a little bit closer, we'll take a look at that approach or that arrival portion. Yep, that's exactly what happened to my uncle. One of the many things is he had cirrhosis of the liver. Smoked quite a lot, so he had lung damage. He had things got so bad his esophagus ruptured. He was at his girlfriend's house and he just started coughing up blood. Died on the way to the hospital and they brought him back. But, yeah. But, you know, what can you do? You can try to tell people that they're doing more damage than anything, and they're not going to listen. So oh, look, marker named Scoob. Yeah. Hate to see people throw their lives away like that. People are going to do what people are going to do. Yeah, look at that. We are almost in a... You gotta go now, you're getting told off. I was trying to warn you, Mick. We'll catch you later then. You know, you could always just blame Bex, Mick. No, I'm kidding. Beck's she's gonna give me an oi here in a minute. No, that's just, it's unfortunate. What can you do? Oh. Some kind of emergency services, either fire department or an ambulance or something. is that? I always... Power reserve. Ah. Oh. Flap extend 250. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I've been waiting a little too long to put the flaps down. Ah, I did not realize that. I just learned something new. Little bump here, nothing too severe. Make a little slight turn here. Well, that's one of my big regrets when I was in Germany. I was too busy getting drunk instead of traveling. I mean, I traveled a little bit, but not to the extent that I could have if I had just not gone out drinking so often. But when you're young, you don't know any better. You're just like, oh, I'll be here forever. It's no big deal. Nope. Squander a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things. Spend time with family. Alright, so short distance to Duff. So some of these, it looks like there's just a couple short distances here. So we should be almost coming up to our point where we're going to start reducing our altitude. And then we'll go from there. Let's just have a look. Zoom all the way out again. See, oh, we still can't see our destination area just yet. There's our next marker way off in the distance there. We're on our way to Duffy right now, or Duff. It's Duff-E. So we'll have another look once we get a little bit closer there. We're going from Baltimore-Washington International to Charleston Air Force Base / International. So Baltimore, Maryland to Charleston, South Carolina. For more information, if you scroll down below the video, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the description. Please read over that when you have a moment, if you're new to the channel. That will tell you quite a bit. All right. Trying to get this thing to settle down so we can kind of. There we go. That'll work. Now we took off, we made a little, I made an error, not we, I made an error. It hit the vertical navigation button, not the nav button. So we didn't turn where we were supposed to, and I was like, what happened? And then I was like, oh, hit the wrong nav button to follow the course. So we would have been there just about now, or getting close to landing, but it happens sometimes. We just overlook things or hit the wrong button. We are en route now. Kind of coming up on the latter part of the flight, coming up to almost the 3/4 mark. We'll start descending soon. Start lining up for our approach. Now, the tricky thing is going to be that it seems that we have additional markers in the flight plan, but I won't know until we get there and how we are going to contend with that. What we may just do is to fly past the marker that's broken, engage the next one, then hopefully we will be set for success. But we will know more when we get there, or a little bit closer we can see it on the display here. So it's always good to check ahead your flight plan, especially in these sort of programs, because sometimes the markers get jumbled, and so that it thinks you're in one spot and it tells you to go back and forth, and it's almost like a never-ending loop. But we're going to try to skip it if it is in fact an issue. So we are on to Hookham. 85 nautical miles. So a little bit of a distance here, but that's probably a bit of our longest stretch between waypoints. So do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out today. Nice to see everybody here. Wow, look at that cloud cover below us. Whew. We'll tell what kind of storms are brewing down here. Oh, I learned something else yesterday after we got done flying. I'll have to show you guys sometime some cool stuff that I learned that I think is going to add a little bit of something to the flight. So I'll try to show you, not tomorrow, but maybe Monday. I'll show you guys something, a neat little thing that oh, look, they're here to plow the, yay. By the time you get it all done, it's probably going to be full again. the rate this is going. Now, for some of our other general aviation flights, I have found a way to add, well, I'll just tell you now. So I found a way to add passengers in the seats. So it'll look like we're actually flying people. And if we're doing a cargo flight and the Embraer has a cargo plane, we can actually put cargo in the back of the plane. They'll have like boxes or whatever back there. And then it adds that to the weight of your aircraft. So, how? What do you mean how, Arthur? How what? Can you explain your question? If you don't mind. Now see, because normally right here we have an empty seat, but if we go outside, right, and we go to this camera and we do the showcase, we can go right up by our, and you'll actually see somebody in there. But when we're inside the inside there, it doesn't show it. For some reason or another. Not sure why, but that's the way it is. But anyway, how do you get past? Okay, so you see this little weight right here. It says fuel. You open that, and it'll say like pilot, co-pilot, passenger 1 and 2, 3, 4. You know, like. So right now it says we have 2 passengers back there, and 100 pounds of baggage. But that was already kind of like built in, but we can't see the passengers, right? So, but it's saying that there's passengers there. But in the general aviation aircraft where you have the seats right behind you, because we can't go through this, it's like a wall right here, this curtain. So I can't go through there to actually show you the passengers. But it's saying there's 2 passengers back there and their luggage is stored somewhere in the plane. But on the general aviation stuff now, I can add passengers to the flight so that you have a couple people sitting there. Any plane that I can actually look down where the passengers sit, we can see the passengers. So I didn't know that, because I was like kind of just tinkering around last night. I was like, oh, let me see if, and I opened it up. I was like, oh, look at that. So wow, it is coming down pretty good right now, snow. I think we're going to get a couple feet tonight. It might be close to 4 feet by the time it's done. God forbid. Breaking the snow shortly. Yeah. Hello again, Milla. Welcome back. So yeah, when we do another flight in a general aviation, we'll have we'll put all that stuff in there. Just checking a few things here. We'll be back with you all in a moment. So is guessing, I don't know where oh, Nick and Pulse are going live, it looks like. Alright, where are we at? We are 34 nautical miles from our next marker, our next waypoint. Then it'll be a short run to Faye, it looks like. I think once we get to Hokum, I'm going to drop to 30. And then that way we're just going to start stepping down. You know, we're going to slowly step down about every 5,000 feet till we get to 15. Let's see if we can actually see it now, what our... and have an idea, kind of just try to look ahead a bit. Okay. Apparently not. Oops. All right, not quite yet there. I got the alert saying that they're on Twitch, but I don't see, I see Pulse on YouTube, but I don't see Mick yet. Is Pulse just doing them by itself tonight? Or maybe they're having technical difficulties. Oh, Pulse is the only one live. Mick must have had a reset or something. Oh, Pulse, looks like Pulse is on his own. Huh. Yeah, I guess Pulse is on his own tonight. Or maybe he's just playing until Mick's ready for something else. Alright. We got some good flights coming up this week, I believe. Tomorrow we'll be in the F-14 going from Miramar to Davis Air Force Base in Tucson. 7 o'clock Eastern, should be 11 o'clock UK time. So I don't think you guys are changing your clocks just yet. So we are going forward an hour tomorrow, so I think between tonight and tomorrow we will gain an hour. Yay. Wow, this looks like the parking lot here is just almost a sheet of ice underneath the snow. Folks with a front-wheel drive car are going to have a heck of a time getting out of here. Oh, there is a break in the snow. Look at that. Finally. Alright, we're almost to our marker here. Hello, Joseph, once again. Just keeping an eye on some things here. Alright, there's our marker there, Hokum. And we're going to go, once we get there, between there and Faye, I'm going to go to 30,000 feet. And we're going to get ready for whatever's coming up in the arrival. And well, it looks like our arrival's okay. It's the approach, I should clarify. Sometimes it's the arrival, sometimes it's the approach that is kind of goofed up. So today it just so happens to be the approach part of a flight seems to be a bit wonky. So, but we won't really know how wonky it is until we get closer, and then we can come up with a plan to either bypass the craziness. I think that's what we're going to try to do. Still manage to get our approach correctly and land. So that is the plan. Never a dull moment here. So we are past there. All right, I'm going to ask for reduction in altitude. All right. Well, it looks a little bit better than it was a little while ago, but... What's up, Amela? What's the shocked face for? Did I miss something? Or are you shocked? I don't know why you would be shocked, but if you would care to elaborate. So we're actually this, I think we're going over Fayetteville. That's the airport there, I believe. So we are on our way to MPPI. Looks like our next point there. That's at 23,000 feet. But we're going to go from here to 25 and then, you know, just keep gradually making reductions here. Oh! Yeah, he is. Mr. Addies. I don't know what to tell you, young man. A little bit of very light clouds up here. Wow, look at this wind. Whew. I'd hate to be outside right now. All that snow blowing, almost like a blizzard, kind of. Nope. Ugh. Alright, so we have... Alright, let's go to 250. I think he buggered off again, Amilla. All right, so we will... Oh, there's Mick. Mick finally joined Pulse FIFA. Oh, Mr. Addies, you don't want to bark up that tree right now, young man. Trust me. Trust me. I'm surprised we're talking to Washington Center this far into the flight. They have covered us almost the whole way. That must be one heck of a center. Okay. So this is the part. This is the part I'm talking about right here. But I can't see it until we get a little bit closer. We're not going to probably be able to see it until we, or at least get a better indication until we get to Amy Lou. So we're just going to go ahead and go right here. Oops. One more. All right, so let's see. We are almost there. And so we will go, actually, let's go to 20 right now. Well, myself and First Officer Cosby, First Officer Eric, do appreciate you all joining us today. I guess he couldn't make it, but it's all good. Oh, look, now we're talking to Jacksonville finally. I feel special now. They can't even say Amy Lou. All right, so we got 30-something nautical miles to get to Amy Lou. So we will, once we get to 20, we'll go down to 15. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get to 15. Alright, so we still can't see too much of it yet. We're going to have to get a little bit closer. Before we can kind of sort out the, thank you, Mela, sort out the mess here that we're likely getting ready to get into ourselves into. So, but we will have a plan. Oh, I need to put in a altimeter reading. What did I do with? I got so many windows open. 29er68. Let me just check that again. 29er71. Come on. Why did it say 70? It should be 71. 70. All right. So we'll get an update again once we get to our. We'll be close, but it'll probably either be a little bit lower than 271 or just a smidge higher. It's going to be one of those two. I think we're right where we need to be. All right. We should get one from Jacksonville Center now. Let's see how close we are. Oh. There we go. See, not too far off. So we were right in the ballpark there. I like it. All right, so let's just have a looky here. Our next target, our next waypoint, we need to be at about 11,000 feet. So I'm going to ask, let's see, what is the distance? We have 15 nautical miles left and another 21 to our next mark. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get down to, what did I say, 11,000? I didn't even remember now. Okay, 11. So let's go down by 4. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's start slowing down a bit. Let's get to
Landing gear.
250. And then once we get down there, we'll go down to 210. Oh. I guess I go to 14 instead. I guess ATC has different plans for us now. Alright, let's just see if that means we're not going to be able to ask for further. Alright, so far we're not. We haven't been told we can't ask for further. So, once we get down here, we will. I want to make some chicken gumbo soup after this is over. It's a soup kind of day. And it does that. All right, now let's see if we can ask for 3,000 reduction to 11. Ooh, that was more than I wanted. We're right at 14. We're right there. Did it change a little bit? I don't think I can pull up the ATS yet. Ooh, wow, okay. All right. So let's see if we can take a look now at what we're getting ready to get ourselves into here. Still not enough yet. Okay. We need to be a little bit closer, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and put the first set of flaps down because it said we could do that at 250 knots. Remember right here. 250. Next one at 210. All that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get our lights on. So that we are ready. Let's go ahead and put on a little bit of the floodlight just in case it gets a little dark here in the clouds. So we're ready for that. We can see around in the flight deck here. So we are about where we need to be for just beyond Willie. Oops. So we're right there, and then let's see, then it's like 7.6, you know, around about there. So we're in good shape right now. This has gone on a little bit longer than expected, but that's okay. Stuff happens sometimes. I think we're going to stick right here for right now. So we should be, let's just look down here real quick. 1,600 feet, okay. For that whole approach. Well, one is at 6,700, and then we have to be at 1,600 by the end there. All right. Approach is right there. Perfect. Always good to know where everything is whenever possible. Always good to refresh your memory. Through the clouds we go. Ooh, that was scary. Ooh, look at that bump. Ooh, look at that. It was a gust of wind all of a sudden. Knocking us around here. Wasn't that exciting? Alright, let's see now if we can just have another look again. Not quite yet. But I'm going to leave it right about here because I think by the time we get to here, we should be able to kind of get an idea of what's coming up. Yep, same plane we flew the other day, Joseph. Nothing, just the paint scheme's different, that's all. Same plane we flew yesterday on Bex's flight. Okay. You told me to go to 8. But I'll go to 11. That's not too far out of the... I'm not sure why we had to go back to 11. Well, now what I could do, let me see if I can do this. Let's see. No, it will not pan the map. Ah, I have to put the toggle the pointer on. Aha! Okay, now we can kind of see what we're coming up. We're getting ourselves into over here. Aha! Okay. That almost looks like a missed approach sort of stuff. Let's go over this way. Where is our runway? Or is it down here? Oops. Where is our airport? This is odd. I don't see our airport on here at all. That's the loop back there. I don't even see our airport. Interesting. Well, oh, come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, let's get down there. Something's not right, that's for sure. But I don't know what it is. Like, the airport is not even on here. Like, I don't even see it on our... So it's supposed to be like right over here somewhere. It's like the airport just went missing. This is really strange. Well, wow, this is perplexing. I don't know what to do because I don't see the airport on here, so I can't really come up with a plan. Unless something changes once we turn. Huh. What the? No, I'm staying right here at 8,000. But it shouldn't have been that. It should have been... Oh, maybe I... No, we were staying right here.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
I guess I can shut it up by putting the landing gear down. This is going to be an interesting, perplexing situation we are finding ourselves in here. We don't know what to make of this. All right, now, okay, there it is, right there. Okay. I think I know what's getting ready to happen now. I don't think it's broken necessarily. What's going to happen is we're going to turn, we're going to make a loop back around, and then come back into the airport right there. It's right there. But it wasn't showing a moment ago. It was like it just was gone. So there it is right there. Okay, so we're going to come around here, make this loop, come back in. Should be. And then we're set. But we're going to keep an eye on all that as we get closer, of course. To make sure that we stay the way we need to be going. Or 7.4. All right, so we can't request any further reductions in altitude here now. So we should be told going forward when to start dropping more altitude. And we should get that in a moment because it's telling us go back up to 13. So we're at 11, we went down to 8, we went down to 8, went back up to 11. Now it's telling us to go back up to 13. So in a moment, probably once we get to Ashley in 17 nautical miles, then it'll kick over and say, go here. So I need to scroll this down here as well so we can keep an eye on things. Ooh, wow, the clouds just kind of interesting. Okay. So it seems like we're a little off track here. I don't know why. Maybe, oh, we got a pretty good crosswind, that's why. A 57 knot crosswinds, keeping us a little nope, we are staying right here. We are good to go right here. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and raise the flaps up one. I'm going to bring up the landing gear because we're a little bit early with the landing gear, I think. Yeah, that might have been a little too early for that. So we will put the flaps down as we come back around and get everything set up that way. That's the thing with this. So the landing gear at 230. At anything below 230, you can put the landing gear down, I think is what it's saying. It's like safe to do so. Nope. Nope. We are staying right here. There's nothing in our way. It's flat land right here. So we are not coming over any mountains or anything. We're staying right here at 8,000. Because from here we should go down to like 6,700 and then down all the way to 1,600. So any moment now it's going to tell us, it'll probably skip and go right to 1,600 feet. Should, hopefully. All right. So yeah, it's not that it's hard when we see the way that the flight plan is in the system here, it's easy to think that the approach is kind of messed up, but we're going to let it fly itself. If we have to, what we can do is to skip something and take us right to a point where we're lined up for the approach. And then if we have to, we'll go ahead and drop our altitude as well. Oops, that's the wrong way. So I'm not sure where the Ashley marker is. It seems like it's right here somewhere, but we're gonna intercept it again once we come back around. However, we're gonna turn. I'm definitely going to make me some soup after this is over with. Made some pasta earlier. Right, so we should turn a little bit to the right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn right and then turn right again and then loop back around to the left and come back into the airport. There we go. There it is. Oh, what? Oh, I was going to say, it wasn't going to turn for some reason all of a sudden. I was like, wait a minute, why isn't it turning? We should be turning. Okay, so that is the marker. That's Ashley right there. So we're going to come back around here. That's why it went that way. Okay, now that's kind of making sense here. So just like the other day when we landed in Finland, there's going to be a couple things that are going to happen kind of in succession of one another. We're going to stop the autopilot, we're going to kill the auto throttle, and then we're going to land. But it all kind of really close together. Now what happened on the other day when we flew into Finland, I did all that stuff, but then the plane kind of glided back up, lifted back up a bit, so I was trying to get it to settle. So we're going to try to get a little bit closer to the runway before we do some of that stuff, but we got to keep an eye and make sure we're lined up for that on that approach. So if we have to kill the autopilot first and adjust our left or right, and then we can do that, and then we'll turn off the auto throttle, and then we're good to go. So that's what is going to happen here shortly once we kind of come back around here. So we're going to let this thing play itself out the way it is right now. So we're going to zoom back in just a smidge. And then we're going to make sure that we come back around and we're ready to go. So that's the next chain of events coming up. Now, when I built the plan in the world map, it doesn't show this loop. It just shows that you come in and then hang a left into the airport. So that's what I was expecting to see on here, not that we were going to go off and then loop back around into the airport. So sometimes it does that. So it's always good to double check everything if you can, so you can kind of see where everything is, and if you have to change something or you're planned ahead that you're going to expect some kind of a trouble. Can I fly to Bergen in Norway? Not right now, Nicholas. Next month I will be doing more viewer requested flights. I am booked up for this month, so please subscribe. Come back at the end of this month. I'm going to do a flight. It's going to be a couple hours long, so if you come in on a Friday morning, and if I can put your flight in, part of it is I have to look at our departure airport, the destination airport, and what plane I'm going to fly, because as it says in the description, I don't have everything in the sim available to me like I'm on the Xbox, so I don't have everything. So, all right, now I think we can go ahead and drop our. Let's get that last bit of speed down here. 2975. Oops. Looking for our airport here. Still looking, still looking. So yeah, I don't, that's how the viewer requested flights work, Nicholas. But yeah, as soon as I'm done, as soon as I get this wrapped up, I'm done for the day. This is my second stream. This was a kind of a bonus stream for today. Normally I only do one stream per day, usually, but not always. So our airport, looks like we still got to turn. I think our airport is right over there, right where that little blinking light is, possibly. Still got a little bit of turning to do as we turn back into the airport. Yeah, actually, if you scroll down and just below the video, Nicholas, there's a whole section about the flights, about requesting a flight and how that all works. So if you could read over that, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'll try to answer any questions after we get on the ground, but those are that's the criteria for the viewer requested flights. All right, so it looks like that should be our runway right there with the lights. So this worked out. A little bit worried because it's easy to think that something isn't working or going to work, but it has. It's working as intended. So we'll get a little bit more of a turn here as we straighten out, I believe. But I think that is our runway off there in the distance. So the other thing we got to look out for then is the, let's see, let me scroll back out just a smidge. So remember there was like that, it looked like this, that's where Ashley was. We still got to cross that marker. So we should be on our way to that right now, actually, I believe. Yeah. We've gone past all these USRs. So yes, we are on our way there. So that should be, yeah, that's the one coming up there. So once we get close to that, I'll hit the approach mode. The localizer and the ILS should work in conjunction, lock in. The tractor beam, as I like to call it, will lock in, and we should be set for success here in Charleston, South Carolina, as I like to call it. So almost like we're a little bit off because I think we just got that bit of a crosswind here at 31 knots. So how much closer are we to? I'm going to go ahead and activate the approach mode now. So as soon as it can lock in, the better. It should everything should kind of just fall into place. Now, if for some reason it doesn't, right, and this has happened before, if for some reason we don't line up, thank you, Joseph, we'll go ahead and bring it in ourselves if we have to. And we've done that before, so we're in good shape here. See, that looks like the runway there, but it seems like we are way off. It should kind of correct itself. But I think we'll get a correction once we cross over Ashley coming up right there. It should. It's trying to line up, but we should be okay. But I'm gonna keep an eye on things. If we have to land it manually, okay, we are It says we are too fast, I'm guessing. But we are way... Okay, it's trying to correct. It's like it's bringing it back, but we haven't locked in on the glide slope just yet. All right, we should, but we are way off the track here, it looks like. It's like it's trying to line us up, but it's... See, it's making those minor corrections, but we're not really in line with the runway. See? Yeah, it's not going to work. Oops. Not that. We got to take. All right. Yeah, we're just going to have to do it ourselves because this didn't work as intended, but we're going to go ahead and do it ourselves here. I can't. This wind is really fighting me. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we were nowhere near our marker. We were nowhere near the glide slope. It did not lock in as expected. We are coming in a little too hot as well. Well, there we are. We made it by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Yeah, that did not lock in according to plan at all. Which way am I going? All the way up there. Okay. Well, on behalf of myself and the entire crew, including First Officer Eric, we'd like to welcome you to Charleston, South Kakalaki. Local time is 26 minutes after 3 in the afternoon. We understand and appreciate the fact that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures, and we are glad that you chose us today. Do join us tomorrow. F-14 going from Miramar to Davis Air Force Base. We are notionally flying it there for to turn it in for the go to the scrap heap. Should be a good flight. 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Oh, Eric is his name. Lamello. Well, you keep telling me to keep going straight, so I'm going here to turn off. Is that okay? So either the localizer is kind of off, or the ILS approach that I chose is a bit off. But either way, we made it. All right. Boy, that wind is really something today. Well, after that numpty start we got here, but yeah, that approach just seemed a bit off. We were too far and too high, even though we were right where the altitude where we needed to be. So, but nothing locked in. We didn't go through the glide slope. We were kind of off the track. So, it is what it is. But we made it. That's all that counts. We didn't crash. Although we were a bit low coming in. Can't believe this truck is going to try to race me here. Yeah, you stop for me, buddy. I'm not stopping for you. Look at this. We got another one in front of us. What is it with these vehicles just blocking the roadways all the time? Watch, he's going to turn around and follow me or something. He's going to do something here. Watch, he's going to do something. Nope, he's just still sitting there. Now I can go catch up on the FIFA ranting here in a moment. Now, one of the other things too, when I switch planes, especially if it's one we haven't flown in a while or if it's new, I can assure you I will show you the outside before we take off. You'll get a nice little view so you see what it looks like. So we just flew this the other day, so it was a good choice for today, despite the little hiccups we've had, but it's all good. Boy, it really sounds like the wind's howling out here. All right, there it is. We made it, an hour 47. It took a little bit longer, I think, because we had a lot of turbulence and some headwinds slowed us down. So, that is going to be it today for sure, folks. I do greatly appreciate you coming in today. And I'm going to make a note of this, because I've been losing hours again. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern for sure. I'm going to guess it's 11 o'clock UK time. So I will see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening. Well, it's not afternoon, evening, early Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. Until then, peace. Live long and prosper.